The new movie, Wicked, is defying gravity at the box office. You could say it is the highest grossing film based on a Broadway musical. Thank you very much. Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award-winning actor, that's Cynthia Erivo, who plays Elphaba. In this clip, she sings The Wizard and I when Elphaba is giddy at the possibility of meeting the Wizard of Oz.
Once I'm with the wizard, my whole life will change. 'Cause once you're with the wizard, no one thinks you're strange. No father is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed. And all of us has to love you when by the wizard you're acclaimed. And this gift or this curse I have inside, maybe at last I'll know why. As we work hand in hand, the wizard and I.
And yep, she was singing live. Drop the microphone, please. Drop the microphone, please. Miss Erivo is in the studio. Welcome, and congratulations, Cynthia.
Bravo,
congratulations.
bravo.
I think it's so important to point out that all of you guys were singing live because you didn't have to do that.
No.
But that was important to you all. Why?
Yes, because when you're singing, and plus we're all singers anyway, it's what we do best. And it allows us to sort of stay connected to the action, stay connected to the emotions. And obviously it's a musical, so there's the tradition of singing live on stage. And both of us know what it's like to have to do it 8 shows a week. So it would have felt like we weren't doing it justice if we weren't singing live, yeah.
I think people might have been surprised here. You actually had to audition for this role.
Yeah.
And that was a very key part in the audition for you.
Yeah. That was one of the first
I was
songs.
surprised you had to audition for it. I've heard you sing.
I don't know if it was about my singing. I think John was giving me the opportunity to show a side that I haven't shown of myself before. I think I got to show a bit more of my vulnerability, the hopefulness, the playfulness that some of the roles haven't necessarily given me a chance to show. And so that was why I came in and auditioned. And it was really beautiful. It was a lovely day, crazy. It was like 3 hours, and I sang and did some singing.
Were you nervous,
Wow.
Cynthia? Because this is such an established role, but you also have to figure out a way to make it your own.
Yeah.
Which you did, didn't you think?
Yeah.
Which you did. Were you nervous about this whole process?
I don't know if I was nervous. I definitely felt like I had a responsibility to the character and to the piece, because I didn't want to remove it so far away that you just didn't recognize her anymore. But I also wanted to find out what the truth was for me playing this character. So I knew it would feel different, but I wasn't trying to make it different. I just knew that if I told my truth, it would end up being different anyway. There's no need to force the difference in. It just happened.
So when these millions and millions of people go to the film, some of them sing along, even though the theaters are like, please don't sing along. People do it.
Yeah.
They also cry. It's very emotional for a lot of people, and it's been emotional for you and Ariana talking about it on the press tour.
much so.
What do you think it is about this musical now on screen that makes people cry?
I think a few different things. I think one of the things that I've been receiving is that they see themselves in some of these characters, especially for me as Elphaba. There are people who recognize what it feels like to feel different, to feel othered, to feel alone. And so I think it resonates with a part of them. And then there's the aspect of forgiveness and figuring out what it is to be friends with someone, and to what that relationship can grow into and how complicated it can be, and the loss and all of those things, I think, is what's connecting with people and making people cry. For us, and for me, I think it's the idea that this whole entire journey has been very long and very big and a bit of a dream come true. So it's an emotional moment for me just because of what I've come through to get to.
But what does it mean to you personally, though, to have this role?
It means a lot. I don't, when I was little, I don't know that I could have told myself that this was going to happen. I don't know that I would have imagined that something of this magnitude would come my way. You can wish, you can dream about it, but you never know whether it will happen. And there's a part of you that sort of keeps itself protected by saying it won't happen. And so when it does happen, it's a really wild experience to sort of sit in the middle of it and be like, oh my goodness, this huge thing has happened, and I have dreamt about something like this my entire life, and it's coming true. I think that's the thing that gets me the most, yeah.
And being a black woman in this role, too.
Those roles have come along like that for us, yeah.
So let's talk about this scene. Let's stay on this theme, because the scene when Elphaba arrives into the ballroom and everyone looks at her and laughs at her. I think for anybody who's felt like that, I know I have as a child, and you carry that with you through adulthood, no matter what you achieve in life.
Right.
How did it feel for you doing that scene?
Really tough. It was hard. It was a hard, hard day. It was really emotional. Those tears are real. And you're teetering on the edge of coming back and forth of all of those memories that you have. And I know what it's like to have been bullied. I know what it's like to have felt alone. I know what it's like to feel like you don't belong. I know what it's like to feel like everyone's looking at you, laughing at you, and not really understanding who you are, reading you for what you look like and not who you are. And so you're using all of those emotions, those experiences to feed what's happening in the room. And when you have to recount it's painful. So that day was just tough. But I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of that moment that we were able to capture. I'm really proud that John allowed me to be able to tell the story in that way, because that's not how it is in the original. It's very different from the original. But when I asked to sort of explore it a little bit differently, everyone was really open to it.
Now, a year from now, roughly, we get to do all this again. Part 2 comes out. You'll be back on a press tour. Theater goers will be crying and laughing and singing along.
I can't wait.
You will bat these questions away, I'm sure, but I must ask, have you seen a rough cut of the next part?
I haven't seen a rough cut. I saw like a sizzle reel of the second part, but I haven't seen a rough cut yet.
And I understand there's some new material from Stephen Schwartzman.
Yes, he's already told everyone some new stuff, so there's new things, yes.
Do you think it'll live up to the original?
I think so. I love them. I love the new pieces. Yeah.
Cynthia, we have to take a break, but can you stay? Because I want to hear how you feel about people singing in the movie, the bond between you and Ariana Grande, and just what the numbers are crazy to me. Can you stay?
Crazy.
Can you stay?
I can stay.
She said yes. I just love everything about this damn movie. Everything. Cynthia's saying we're doing a special edition of Talk at the Table. Guess what? It's you. One of the things that is so fun about the movie, too, is I love the relationship that you and Ariana Grande have developed. And I've seen her in interviews, and you've said to me that we decided very early on we were going to have each other's back, because you didn't really know each other before this movie.
No, we didn't audition with each other. We met each other after we found out we had been cast. She came to my house. We sat, we chatted and talked.
What did you serve?
Just like crudité, tea.
Okay.
We're both like, that's what we do, and lots of tea. I'm an English girl, so tea is always the thing. And we just talked about everything and nothing. And we were there for ages, and it was very, very easy. So part of us kind of knew, oh, this might work. We'll be okay, and I think we'll be able to get along with each other, and we'll find it. And then we went to John's house, and he was holding a dinner, and we sang for the first time together.
Oh, John Chu, the director, yes.
Yeah, our voices worked really well.
Wow.
Stephen Schwartz played piano. We did For Good together. That was the first time we'd heard each other together.
Oh,
and
wow.
it worked. Our voices are very different, and somehow they made sense together.
But talk about voices working. Go ahead, finish.
I was just going to say, and before we started shooting, both of us had a conversation about making sure that we would take care of each other, and make the space that we needed for each other, and take, give each other what we needed, be generous with each other in this thing, because we knew it was a big undertaking. We knew we had a big responsibility, but we knew neither of us could really do that alone. But
people don't do that, Cynthia. They don't say, we're going to take care of each other in this process, no matter how it goes.
It just makes for the most holistic, wonderful experience.
Yes.
If there is an agreement that we are going to take care of each other because we know that's how we can take care of this piece.
Yes.
That's what we always lead with.
Well, before Tony was talking about people singing in the theater, because you can't help it, and it annoys other theater goers because they want to hear you guys sing. I'm wondering how you feel about that, people singing along to the movie while you're on the screen.
I'm never going to be the person that says, don't sing. I've been singing my entire life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's something really beautiful about having people feel comfortable enough to sing along in the theaters.
Yeah.
When was the last time that happened?
No, well, we're glad to say Wicked set up a special Christmas Day for all of you sing-alongs.
So there's going to be a
most people don't want to hear us singing, but there are many memes. The loathing thing is a meme, the choreography, the costumes, but the big thing is that, So there's a meme online that says, do this with a group of friends and don't laugh.
Yes.
And so we did it over Thanksgiving, me and my sisters and relatives.
Oh my gosh.
And I wanted Cynthia to see it.
Oh boy, okay.
No shit.
Very good.
Very good. Courtney!
Thank you, Miles.
Oh
Miles
my
said,
God. Hey, not bad,
Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
Not bad.
What do you think,
That was very
Cynthia?
good. The voice is in there.
No, but what's interesting is you do a little treble. Do people walk up to you now on the street and do, do
Yes.
they do that to you?
Yes, they have done that.
Has it gotten old?
Never. I don't think it's
I
ever
love
gonna get
it.
old.
Oh, I
don't
love
think it's
it.
ever going to get old. You know, it's just that people take it and
Yes.
love it and want to do
I was
it.
going to ask you very quickly.
Yes.
You talked about how with Elphaba people are finally seeing you. The question I had for you is, how does it feel to be vulnerable out there now?
I like it. I think that vulnerability equals humanity. It means people can see the human being behind the character a little bit more. And I think that's what I wanted for this particular character as well. But that meant that I had to allow myself to do that a little bit, which was terrifying. But I knew it would be meaningful. And I knew that that was really the only way to play this role. So you kind of put yourself on the line a little bit to do that. And you have to, there's a little bit of bravery behind it. You have to kind of, okay, this is scary, but it's really the only way to play her.
Yeah.
Is to reveal a bit more of me.
Well, this is such a big moment, such a big
I can't wait for
film,
part
and you're wearing it all so well.
Yes.
Thank you for coming by.
Is it too early for you to do the Is it too early for you to do
don't know.
how it really goes? Let's do it, Cynthia, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cynthia Erivo.
Okay. Oh my
gosh. Thank you.
I'll go next.
Yeah, Tony, you go next. Wicked is playing in theaters now. Run, don't walk.